Athletics certainly suffered from the revelations in 2015 when the biggest country in the world was clearly involved in cheating, and then secondly when they as a federation, international federation, were clearly involved themselves. This is a struggle. They are working on the struggle. I think they are making progress, and I encourage them to do that, and we work closely with them as they do that.
We have one of our finest athletes, Mo Farah, running in London under something of a cloud. His coach, Albert Zalazar, won't be here. There are reports, as you know, that of suppression of investigations. It isn't just the Russians that leave a slightly sour taste.
Well, you can remember after the Rio Games the discord and the trouble caused by an organisation called the Fancy Bears, who reacted to what they saw as treatment of Russian athletes.
Russian hackers, effectively.
They were, who immediately, of course, found people who had therapeutic use exemptions who happened to come from Western medal-winning countries like the United States and London. The Salazar case, personally, I'm disappointed in that it has taken too long to complete the investigation. I mean, this has been going on for about 3 years now, and I think the United States Anti-Doping Agency would be well served if they reached a decision sooner rather than later.
Can the people lining up on the starting lines at these games be more confident than they were in Rio, more confident than they were in London? The clean athletes, can they be more confident that they're not lining up against doped athletes?
Athletics here have pre-games tested any number of athletes. There's been something around 5,000 different urine and blood tests done. There will be another 600 done in competition. So the athletes know that, and it would be foolish for any athlete to try to cheat. In addition, they will keep samples from London for a period of up to 10 years. So if you don't get caught now, and you're so smart you don't get caught now, chances are you might get caught at some date in the future. So I assure you that everything is being done, and you have to hope that it will work. All of that having been said, I can't sit here and be complacent in any way. This is an argument that has to go on a day-to-day basis. We have to be smarter, we have to be better, and it would also help, as we are now trying to do, if we had a little bit more money to do it.
For me, as a fan of athletics, it's the dope users who pass the tests that are the problem, not the ones who fail the test, because the technology and the effort, these laboratories that we read about, these supplements, these mysterious substances crossing borders in jiffy bags, the effort that's put into not failing the dope test is where the attention surely needs to be directed.
People have to understand that this is an ongoing and changing situation at every minute, every day. We have our own investigations department, we have our own whistleblowing department, and to run both of these you need to have large amounts of information. And how you collect that information is time consuming and expensive, and then when you analyse it you actually act properly on it. But when I say act properly, we're a sports organisation, we don't have criminal powers.
Sure.
Sometimes it would help if we had law enforcement rather more rigorously on our side. But I refuse to sit here and say either, yes, we've got no problem, or even worse from my point of view, I'm sorry, I'm so depressed that I'm not prepared to carry on with this particular exercise.
It's a bit Sisyphean, isn't it? It's a bit like that old Greek fella pushing the rock up the hill, and when he got to the top it started rolling back down again.
It is, at the moment, without doubt, the toughest thing that I've ever tried to do in sport. But I see signs.
What does success look like? Success
looks like a much reduced number of athletes being caught
testing positive.
By testing positive. What we have to do is to be smart in our own research and our own understanding, that we test for the correct substance in the correct athlete in the correct event, which we are now doing.
I have a sense that the police, as in many areas of life, many areas of wrongdoing, the police, which is you, are playing catch up with the criminal.
Well, I would like to think we're closer to them than you might think, James.